welcome back to the next episode of Waifu Wars. I am a mage who really hates those damn orcs. Drooby-doo.
And I'm always wearing my pasties while we record, Sobroni.
And welcome to the Waifu Wars podcast, where we talk about all things anime. The good, the bad, and the weeb. But not your waifu, because she is trash. How you doing, Oni?
I am depressed and devastated because this year's Super Bowl is actual hot garbage.
Oh, very briefly, tell me more. Very heavy emphasis on the brief.
It's Kansas City and San Francisco.
Oh.
Two of the two worst teams in the football.
Are they the worst, or do you just hate them?
They're the most hated teams in football. Like, literally the two most hated teams in football. Next to the Cowboys, not counting the Cowboys.
Like Kansas City, what are it?
Chiefs,
and
the 49ers.
49ers.
And the 49ers were losing by like 17 points at halftime, and they scored like 30 straight points in the second half and won. Now, like, it's a gigantic comeback. So it's even worse. It's a worse feeling.
Oh, why are they hated?
People hate the Chiefs because the Chiefs are always in it. Mahomes always wins. They always win.
But they didn't make it to Super Bowl, so I guess they don't always win.
They're in the Super Bowl.
No, they made it this year. But I don't remember. Did they make it last year?
They beat the Eagles last year.
But did they go to the Super Bowl?
Yes, they beat the Eagles in the Super Bowl last year.
It was the Eagles versus the Super Bowl? Yo, I don't remember anymore.
Right,
the way I have truly rinsed my mind, heart, body, and soul of football completely.
Well, I'm about to be you because this is like the worst fucking thing ever. So
so that's why you hate. Okay, now that makes sense.
I hate football.
Yeah, doubt that. But okay. I'm doing okay, I guess. I'm slowly getting more into Power World. Not as much as everyone around me.
I built a giant castle, by the way. It's so dope.
Oh my god. Take a picture, take a screenshot, I want to see.
Yeah.
I built nothing. I've built nothing. I think the most I built was like my own personal chest. Put my name and put my security code on that bitch, so no one could take my stuff.
Wow. Well, you'll get there.
It's fun. Listen, it's fun. Like I said, I am a Power World child being raised by 3 to 4 Power World dads.
Yes. I put trapdoors and shit in my castle, so it has like security codes.
That's so badass. Yeah, I just got my first makeshift gun, which I don't. Someone found. Oh no, just someone had a makeshift gun, and I just took it, and I was just like, okay, yay! Time to start shooting mons. But then I just switched to my crossbow because I end up kind of killing them quickly.
Yeah,
but I am now starting to fight the world bosses more. So I can get them civilization parts. Yeah, I'm learning.
Same. I need civilization parts too.
We all do. Anyone who plays Power World needs civilization parts. Okay, now that we are done expressing our deep love for Palmon and our deep hate for football, let's get this podcast started. As always, with the new segment, This Week in Anime. Only you only have one piece of news compared to my 2, so I'll let you go first.
Okay, well, speaking of Power World, Pokemon has officially released a statement on Power World because there's a bunch of narcs in the community who keep trying to like shit on Power World for being a ripoff of Pokemon.
Which it is.
And apparently they've been like bombarding Pokemon Company with like, hey, Power World's ripping you off, investigate them. So they released a statement officially saying that they are aware of the game released in January 2024, and they are looking into any Actually, I'll just read it verbatim. We've received inquiries regarding another company's game released in January 2024. We have not granted any permission for the use of Pokemon intellectual property or assets in that game. We intend to investigate and take appropriate measures to address any acts that infringe on intellectual property rights related to the Pokemon franchise. We will continue to cherish and nurture every Pokemon in its world. This blah blah blah. Basically, they just said, "Yeah, we're aware of it."
Yeah.
So,
I mean,
what I get from that is they're not going to do anything because of course, they're aware of it. Yeah,
bro, how could
like
you
the biggest fucking game in the
right before it even launched?
Yeah, it's been in development for like 5 years, and these designs are public. We're talking about a company that literally will like fucking find children's birthday parties that have like unlicensed Pokemon products and sue the kids. You think you don't know about Power World 5 years before it came out? Yeah. There's no lawsuit.
Yeah, but or yeah, basically. Even though I don't, it's so crazy that I guess a lawsuit can't be held against this company, this gaming company, or against Power World, even though these designs are just
yeah, it's a clear ripoff.
Yeah,
but being ripoffs isn't illegal. Pokemon should know.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if being a ripoff was illegal, fucking Digimon.
hey, that's not true. Digimon,
Monster Rancher.
Digimon is very different from Pokemon.
Wow, they have some very similar designs here and there.
Here, first of all, I feel like Digimon, upon release, Digimon had way more Digimon than Pokemon.
I don't know what the exact numbers would have been.
Because Pokemon just having 151, and then Digimon, I don't know, I feel like they had just. It was like it was a new Digimon like every fucking episode. Like,
the point is, plagiarism and like copyright infringement is very, very specific and like hard to prove. Like they don't have a case. Like you can literally just take a Pokemon and recolor it and like change one aspect of it, and it's not copyrighted. Copyright is very super specific with how it's implemented. So yeah, that's why there's so many ripoffs. That's why you see like the Chinese knockoffs. They're like, it's Pokemon, but they like change the O to a 0. And they have like a purple Pikachu.
It's Pokemon.
It's Pokemon, and it's like a purple and blue Pikachu. Yeah, because they can do that.
That is so crazy. Also, ripoff. The ripoff Lucario, I always find so funny. You know why? Because Power World ripped off 2 things in one go. They ripped off the design for Lucario, and then they also just called it Anubis after the Egyptian god. I was like, wow, y'all really don't give a fuck. And I honestly, I almost respect that. I almost respect it.
Yeah, I was gonna say I respect how bold they were. Calling it Anubis.
Calling it Anubis and giving it Lucario. Anubis and just make it Lucario.
Not even like a catchy name or like a fucking
like a Nubon or
nope, just one of those play on words like Articuno, Moltres.
Nope, just the god Anubis.
I can't wait for the next PAL Raw to come out.
Oh my god! So yeah, that's wild. Well, I'm gonna keep playing and enjoying it. So
same.
Yeah, there's that. Let's see. On my neck of the woods, according to Sportskeeda.com, and this is old news, but we just found out today. Omniscient Reader's Viewpoint anime reported to be under production. Yay! So, I shout out to Knights. I think Knights got either Knights or Moonman. I'm pretty sure it's Knights who got me into Omniscient Reader. He tried to get me into Solo Leveling, but I was just Omniscient Reader. It's a lot of fucking chapters, and Tower of God was a lot of chapters. And it is just, it's a really fascinating read for sure. I'm very excited. I think this is one of the webtoons where it's going to be very, in my mind, it's going to be kind of hard to fuck this up.
Famous last word.
I know. I feel like Tower of God is what I'm scared of, because Tower of God is just so much. And Omniscient Reader is also a lot, but it's very easy. It's very easy to digest. Also, I've noticed a common theme with webtoon characters. Like, all the main characters, they just like... it's like they all just magically need... Like, whenever they just magically need something or need a power-up, it just happens for them. I know you're probably thinking, oh my god, but isn't that just most anime? And to a certain degree, you're right. But, like, definitely for manhwa. For at least the manhwa that I've been reading or / watching, because I also including Solo Leveler in that. So like Solo Leveling, Tower of God, Omniscient Reader. I feel like whenever some shit happens, it's like, here's some very convenient story arc. It's gonna give them a buku power boost to make them even stronger.
Are there any like manhwa that are stuff I would read that are just like cute girls or something? Because I swear to God, every time I see a manhwa, it's just the same generic looking by shonen dude, and it's all just
yo, like, high key, they all do look the same.
They look extraordinarily similar.
They look all. It's literally just a regular
I
white.
I looked up Omniscient Reader, and I'm like, wait, this is just Solo Level.
and of course, you've already seen Bam from Tower of God. Yeah. He's the only one that I guess
looks somewhat different.
Well, at least he will. And that's because spoilers, he gets longer hair.
Oh no, you ruined it. Can't watch it now. Sorry.
Yeah. See, does it feel good for guys when you spoil shit for me? Anyways,
not coming.
So yeah, it is in the works. Damn, they don't have any information about this. They don't know.
It was just announced, so probably yeah.
Yeah, they don't even have whatchamacallit. They don't have like a studio listed or anyone who's working on it. So
I've noticed that when anime gets announced, they usually don't say anything for a while, and then all the information will just come out at once, and it'll be like, "Hey, it's premiering next month, and here's all the studio shit." I mean, Konosuba was kind of like that too with season 3.
I mean, yeah, that is true.
It was just like, it's next month. Bye.
Yeah, that is that's very interesting. Oh god, that's such a thought. Oh yeah. So yeah, I guess we'll find out when you find out. I'm just happy that's coming because this feels like just a very, like I said, I would be very sad if they fuck this up because I feel like it, once again, super simple, like that, like very open and shut arcs. Like it's very, unlike Tower of God where like just shit is happening. It's like, oh my god, and yeah, I feel like you have to skip a lot of shit. This is very like, here is this arc, next part. You know. Oh, and then someone said that Omniscient Reader is like way better than Solo Leveling, and if that's the case, like,
I feel like people always say that shit. Like, this is better. Like when Tower of God was, I remember it was like, God of High School's better. It's the best one ever. And then God of High School came out and it was like, oh, Solo Leveling is the best shit ever. Now Solo Leveling's out and people are like, oh, Omniscient Reader is way better than that. I don't know.
But Omniscient, no. Well, to be fair, Omniscient Reader is like I think I'm pretty sure it's like a top tier ranked webtoon on. And I can't. Do I think it's better than Tower of God? I don't think it's. I will say, I like the story of Tower of God better, only because there's a deeper lore. Like and I don't know, I'm more connected to the characters in Tower of God. Also, I think Tower of God might just be longer, so ergo I have a bigger connection as opposed to Omniscient Reader, which is Omniscient Reader is only 187 chapters in. Meanwhile, Tower of God is like I think it might have like 100 chapters on it. So yeah. Yeah, I don't think either one is. I don't think either one is better per se. I think they're both like around the same ballpark of standard action fantasy. Very different directions, but yeah. Okay, and now for the kind of wild news. According to the Japan Times .co.jp, Shinji Aoba, the man who was sentenced, man who committed arson, the KyoAni arson, he has been sentenced to death on Friday, I believe.
Makes sense.
Yeah. So in my mind, I didn't realize that like the death penalty was a thing in Japan. I mean, I don't know the court system. I just didn't think they'd just be out.
Oh, they're very
no.
Countries in general are very punitive.
Yeah, no, they are very. Apparently, Japan is very cool with the death penalty.
Yeah,
like super. They're like yes, kill. It's
I saw some debate about that, like whether it's moral or whatever.
It's so crazy that there's so many places in like America that are just like death penalty bad, but are like, I guess everyone could just take a gun and shoot up schools. So question mark. So I don't know. That's weird. I'm like, interesting, interesting. But yeah. Damn.
I kind of fall on the side that I think he deserves death penalty. Only because like I usually don't support the death penalty, but like in cases where somebody's clearly mentally unhinged and like an extreme danger to everyone, I kind of like. I don't think there's any fixing that.
It's like I'm not willing to argue against that, because for me the only alternative for a crime like this would just be like I don't know, some like very crazy form of torture to get our comeuppance, be like, ha, take that. But you know that leads down a very morally dangerous slope. So sure, I'll just say yeah. I guess I concur. I don't know. Sometimes I just flip flop between how I feel about the death penalty, because in my mind I'm like, no, I want people to suffer in jail and suffer with their crimes, and just literally just staying there till you die miserable, like a really shit. Like I just want to be sent to a really shitty prison, and then I think I'd be okay with it, where I know he's gonna spend the rest of his days just being miserable, and then until he expires. But I also, on the other hand, kind of agree with that sentiment of like, if there are just some people that's like, we're sending this person to death because he's just such a danger to everybody else. Like this is almost like
killers and
stuff. Right. It's almost like a form of self-defense.
Yeah.
A very roundabout way of self-defense, but self-defense nonetheless. But yeah, so I'm hoping that the people who are affected by the KyoAni fire, I hope at the very least this gives them some form of peace. To all the families and the people affected by it, like I hope this can help them get closure and move on. And yeah, I think that is the end of that. So now that we're done with our news, it is time for our weekly reviews, and we're gonna start off with Solo Leveling episode 4.
Yes, this was the most gamer-like episode.
It really, like, the more he kept talking, I was like, oh my god, is this actually a low-key... Is this the adaptation to Power World?
I was literally like, am I watching Power World right now? Items are breaking and you need to repair them.
I know, I'm getting...
One part he was going through his inventory and there was like claws and stuff. I'm like, fuck, I have claws in my inventory.
Oh my god, bitch. And the way I'm like, I need horns. But yeah, and in this episode, he was just farming the wolves the way I was farming wolves and other things last night. Oh my gosh.
It's relatable content.
Even though I love how just because anime, or not even anime, because manhwa or manga, whatever you want to call it. Well, no, we'll call it manhwa. Let's be respectful. Here, flip. Oh my god, let's be respectful to the art form. He gets a sword. For some reason, he just has a sword in his inventory. I'm like, wow, I would like to have the sword at the beginning of Power World. That would have been nice.
Well, you get a bat. You get a club. It's like a sword without a blade.
No, you have to make the club. Don't you have to make the club?
Yeah, but that's like 2 pieces of wood or some shit.
Point is, I had to make everything my fucking self. No, just kidding. I was babied by my Power World dads. Hi, Power World dads. But yeah, so he just gets a sword and just starts going to town. Just starts killing all these wolves.
Very respectful of the wolves to attack him one at a time. I appreciate that.
Right, because they easily could have just mauled him. They could have just easily just mauled him to death. They all just jumped him at once. But no, they didn't. They said, we need to get you leveled up, sir.
Yes, we're here to help. Please.
Yep, and then he goes to level 15 and fights his big ass snake.
That snake fight was actually pretty cool, though.
It was.
I do like that they're investing a lot clearly into the action scenes, which is what they should be doing.
Yeah. Yeah. It was well animated. For me, it was less cool and more funny. Only because it kept getting. It was just really great animation of him getting knocked the fuck around for like 5 minutes.
As you do.
I appreciated it. Don't get me wrong. It was just funny as fuck. Like, and then also, speaking of funny, the way he killed the snake, you just was like, oh, Hulk smash, and just broke its neck. Like I'm like, how? I still don't know how he like. Did you put your arm all the way in and touch the brain? Like, what happened?
He somehow broke its neck.
Broke its neck,
so it doesn't have a fucking.
Like, broke its.
Can you snap a snake's neck?
Let's Google. Let's Google. Can you break a snake's
Do snakes have
spine?
necks?
Is possible to break this one. Can you break a snake? I'm gonna say neck, and they're gonna look at me like, Google's gonna be like, you stupid dumb bitch. Like,
do you mean spine?
Right. Oh, yeah, they can break their necks. Work.
Oh, well, there you go. So the show is anatomically correct.
It is not, but
we are the dumb ones here.
It is still not anatomically correct because you have to like grab the whole. You can't just break a neck. You can't apply pressure with such tiny surface area, aka your hands, to break the neck. Like you would puncture, and he did puncture the snake, but at that point you can't break the neck. You would have to. At most you can do is like reach in and like fuck up the spinal cord. I'm not saying he can't kill the snake. I'm just saying breaking the neck is like the way he did it. I'm like, that's still not anatomically correct.
Well, he did it, so you have a problem bringing it up with him.
I won't because he doesn't exist. Yeah. So and then right after that, some guy finds him like, hey, can you help with this boss?
No, perfect timing. Fight this boss for us.
Instead of saying no, I just had this awful fight for my life. He was like, sure, and then Miss Healer Girl. They had to yell at her, be like, bitch, can you stop being mentally scarred? And she can't heal, and everything's going wrong, and don't know what they're about to do. And then he's just like, yeet, and just do the broken sword at him, and essentially help them kill.
And walked away like Batman.
It's yep, literally that. Sure, like that's how I feel about this whole episode. Sure, cool.
I mean, I thought it was cool.
Yeah, like I mean that it's weird. I mean, at some points I mean that literally cool, and then some points I mean ironically. I'm like, like that whole throwing the sword to the dude's head and then walking off like Batman. I was like, cool, I guess.
My expectations for the show are just to be
action, cool, right. I'm not expecting anything more, especially because in these past 4 episodes it hasn't given me anything more.
I am a little bit mad that he like walked away and didn't get any credit for the
like why fight. Not?
Fuck, don't be mysterious about it. Just like be like, I was me, I did it.
It was me, Dio.
It was me solo leveling.
All right, well. I'm looking to see him be overpowered MC like all the other manhwa I've read.
But he works for it. That's okay. This is the arc Kirito needed.
This is the what?
This is the arc that Kirito needed.
That is true. Oh, I feel like you're gonna. Let me not. No, it's okay because I'm not hyping it up. I'm doing the opposite. I feel like you're not gonna like. Omniscient reader.
Is it Kirito? Is it I'm perfect because I'm perfect?
It's not I'm perfect because I'm perfect. It's I'm perfect because I'm smart, and also other reasons.
It depends how it's implemented.
Smart and something else, and you're gonna be like, oh wow, I don't know. You'll either be fine with it or you'll hate it. Either way,
like Code Geass, Lelouch.
Nope. Smart. Not quite, but he's like he's on the edge sometimes. All right. Up next, we have Dungeon Meshi, episode 4. The one where we we solve race relations with just a good meal. Who would have known? That's all it took.
Fucking orcs.
Fucking orcs.
And Marcel was going off.
Oh, she sure was. And, I kind of respect that because he was kind of shitting on them for a bit.
I thought her little snarky remarks while he was giving the history lesson were pretty cute. Like, oh, so we were kicked down here because of the humans. Like, yeah, because you fucking hate all the humans.
Right, you were fucking killing us. Like, right. Whatchamacallit? But I will say this episode it was a little underwhelming for me. Not gonna lie.
It wasn't as good as last week.
Yeah, like, and I know this because I spent half the episode, like, talking to, like, my friend and going on Twitter. That's because they're just like, oh my god, yes, we get it. Golems, planting, farming.
The golem part was really, really boring to me. I'm sorry.
It was.
Farming itself is just boring. I can't do it farming.
It was. You had to make a lot of stupid jokes to keep me in. And there's this one thing about the fertilizer, but even that is just like, that's just common knowledge.
Yeah.
Which I don't know why she's like, fertilizer. Like Marcial, shut the fuck up, please. Stop being disgusted by. Now you're being disgusted by things that happen everywhere.
Yeah, including on the surface. For me, it was just like, I think when they kill monsters and stuff, at least it's more interesting because there's a little bit of action and you get to see like the monsters get sliced up and stuff. When it's farming, it's just like, oh, you're just planting.
Right. the golems were defeated within seconds by Senshi. Whatchamacallit. Although I will say, even though I just like took a shit on Martial, but I didn't like how it felt like Senshi in one scene kind of was like shaming her for wanting to just use magic to light it.
Yeah, that was kind of fucked up.
And I'm just like, yeah, he was like, oh, I don't want to this be like buying something from the convenience store and I can make it myself. And I'm just like, that's just the easy way to do it. I'm like, I'm pretty sure you need to like practice and hone your skills as a mage or a wizard in order to use magic. I don't think you're just given magic and just like I can use magic. In majority of anime, you have to have some skill to use it. So I don't know. I didn't like that.
No Martial shaming. No magic shaming here.
No magic shaming. I did like that little background story, how like Senshi, and this was the part where it could have been where I kind of liked the whoa, that's nope.
The execution?
Not the execution. The when you talk a lot. Like when they talk a lot.
Exposition.
Exposition, thank you. Because I was gonna say exhibitionism, and I'm like, that's not the word I'm looking for.
I love the exhibitionism.
That's not the word I'm looking for. Yeah, the exposition where he talks about why he stays in the dungeon and helps, like, essentially, you know, and how that exposition enforces how crucial he is in preserving the dungeon ecosystem. I thought that was cool. That is the kind of talking that actually that piqued my interest. Everything before that, no.
Yeah, it gives his character a lot more like gravitas.
Indeed. Who knew dumping piss and shit was so damn important?
For real.
Shout out to sanitation workers and people who do that, who literally take care of that shit. Y'all the real ones.
Who literally handle that shit.
Work. But then they had their little kumbaya and cooked and ate, and it was all great. And like, yeah, we're slightly less racist than when we were 10 minutes ago. Yatta. Yeah, like I said, pretty lackluster episode.
Unfortunately.
Yeah.
But we'll see.
Hopefully it picks up next week.
Yerp.
Alright, up next we have Mahou Shoujo ni Akagarete. Episode 4.
This is my episode of the week.
Is it? Is it?
It is. It was a good episode. And it was a pretty weak week, to be honest.
No, it was a good episode. I agree. Oh, the way Sulfur is quickly becoming my favorite character.
I was gonna say, with each passing episode, I relate harder and harder to Utena, and you relate harder and harder to Sulfur.
You're just such a bitch. I kind of live.
Sulfur, like, fuck, this fucking sucks.
Like, right, like she's over it. And another reason why, oh shit, I might split this from episode of the week. I didn't want to split it. I'm gonna split it. Because I like, especially in the second half. Because like the first half is like, oh my god, I gotta study, ooh, but I can't study because I want to be horny and torture magical girls.
I have to masturbate. I can't study.
Right. Yeah, and the whole pasties reveal was hilarious. Like, that was so funny. What I really liked, and I liked it, and this, because it had Sulfur to kind of, they used Sulfur as the vehicle to kind of show this. But I think it's so interesting and really cool that not just the villains, but also the magical girls are also being exploited. Like, they're clearly also being exploited by the good Cube.
By the manager, yeah. He's like, oh, do these photo shoots and merchandise. And
right, you have to do this. This is how we save the world from evil. And I'm like, girl, like, oh, you're also being taken advantage of. Cool.
Literally, like, getting beaten up. She's like, can I use my powers? The sponsors wouldn't like
the sponsors wouldn't like that. That was like, yo, that's crazy. That is crazy. Not, I'm about to get my ass beat, and you said, don't go all out.
The sponsors, and then Sulfur just being like, who the fuck
is right? And she's like, I'm about to die. Like, oh my gosh. And yeah, and then the smoke screen, she says, F this, goes full Rocket Punch Man, and they have this all-out brawl, which I will say, that's like my only thing about this episode. If they would just like have like a full-out real fight, or we really just
they got to save budget for the lewd scene.
But it wasn't even that lewd this episode.
I know that it toned down the lewd for this episode.
I know. I was very confused because I didn't notice it before, but now apparently there's like they released the censored version of this anime, which I will not be watching. And
it still shows everything. I don't know what's censored in it. Honestly, I saw.
Oh, damn! I think I was watching the censored version all along. Fuck. Okay, well, never mind. I guess I'm gonna do as I planned before and just skip through it. But yeah, I just feel like a little bit more fighting. That would just for me. That would just make the episode perfect. Like the scenes or the montage where you see them just like punching at air, all four of them punching and shooting and attacking.
Sayo getting
Sayo being tied up. I love how that's a gag now. It's funny.
Yeah, I agree with that. I do wish that, because especially with Sulfur, I kind of really like her powers, like the whole gauntlet punch the shit out of you thing.
Yeah, and I liked seeing even what's her face Utena like fighting more instead of...
I feel like Utena is definitely growing more into like this villainous role, because she put in a couple of creepy faces this episode.
Her faces have been creepy since episode 1, but okay.
That one face she made after Sulfur was like talking to her was pretty up there. Her eyes were like...
Oh yeah, that was cool. I like that. Yeah. But yeah, she's before she would like get the whatever she would enchant and let that do all the quote unquote fighting. And then once they break out, she would leave. And now she's like, no, let's fight.
Yeah, now she's getting into it. And she's actually strategizing with Kiwi and doing the whole thing. Like, oh, we can combine our powers and I can slap your grenades.
And turn that is actually really cool. Yeah, so it's like, so I'm just like, yes, the imagination's there. Just give me a little bit more. Just give me a little bit more, please. But I feel like next episode, they're just gonna, like, backslide and just be like, nah, it's porn again. And I'm like, all right. Well, there goes that.
I wonder if they're gonna do anything with Sayo, because it keeps coming back up with her being like I feel like there's gonna be I feel like potentially Sulfur and or Sayo could go to the dark side.
I think Sulfur wants to fuck them up too much.
I think Sulfur just wants to fight, and she just doesn't care who she's fighting, and she's already fed up with the fucking white dude being like, oh, we gotta do these photo shoots and shit. I'm sure if Evil Mascot just went there and was just like, hey, you wanna just fight and not have to worry about
she would no. I feel like there's something about her that's still like she's giving Dean Winchester from Supernatural. Like, yeah, she's very crass and very, like, I hate the red tape kind of thing. I feel like deep down the core, if he told her, yes, you have to fight your friends now, she's like, girl, what are you talking about?
That's fair.
Because just yeah. Sayo's the one I'm kind of worried about. Like, she could be tricked into the dark side. But yeah, it's clear that Sulfur, and that's the thing I liked about this episode. Even when Sulfur was like over everything, Sulfur, she was still like is friends with the other two.
Yeah, they're friends.
Yeah.
Also, I like the growing rivalry between Kiwi and Sulfur.
Oh my god, I like it now. That's happening even at school. That was funny.
Sulfur has, or Kiwi has no actual insult. Just like flat chest, stupid.
Right. And then Sulfur just reads her real quick.
Violates her, yeah.
She's just quick with it, and he was just like, "No, you bitch!" Like, even when they were fighting each other, she's like, "Oh, it's an escape artist, you know. Oh, I hope you all don't keep running around with your tail between your legs. It might get stuck there." I was like, "Oh my god!" Oh, yeah. I stand Sulfur.
Yeah, Sulfur is great.
Okay, up next we have Cherry Magic episode 3, which is my other episode of the week.
Yeah, this was a good episode.
This was
again. There was a bit of a sexual harassment situation with the company.
Which time?
The ending with the other boss.
Oh yeah, that was crazy. I did not see all that coming. Like this episode, I felt just a lot happened in this episode.
Yeah, there was a lot.
Cause like it could have just ended at the party. Like the whole episode in my mind could have just been the party, and that would have been it. But they're like, no, here's everything after. I think the reason why this is my half of my episode of the week is because I don't know, it's very refreshing getting Kurosawa's point of view. You know, we get to see his motivations as to why, and it's not just some, oh man, he's cute boy. I like him. For some reason, I like cute boy, even though I'm pretty sure I've seen attractive men my entire life, but I see cute boy, now I'm gay. The end.
Yeah.
Even though I was shocked that he revealed that he never dated a man before, which I'm sure that's implying that he's never been with a man at all. But so I'm just like, oh no, not the two guys who are like, we've been straight our whole lives. I roll. But yeah, that whole story was insane. And it's crazy. Like, yeah, they really hated him for being pretty. And you know, sometimes I know what that's like, but
curse.
But yeah, and you know, he got in trouble just trying to help Adachi when she was trying to like force him into drinking, which is also like not okay. Force Adachi. And then Adachi took care of him, and you know, he was passed out, laying down. And I liked that the thing that made him fall for Adachi, that was very, you know, it felt very believable. Like, I can believe someone saying, like, almost in a, like, you know, how do I say this? You know, like when someone says something like very playful, like this is very, like what Adachi said to him, that's definitely like, that's definitely like kind of my type of flirting. So when he said like, you know, like you're so perfect, but it's good to see you knock down a peg. Like, you know, that kind of banter, it's believable that people can find attraction in that.
Yeah, it was more relatable.
Very much so. Speaking of him being spiteful, that's kind of was Adachi this whole episode, which I kind of like about him. Like he has that insecurity, like that insecurity regarding Kurosawa, where he's like, ugh, like you're so perfect, and it's kind of pissing me off. But then Kurosawa's like, oh no, he's running away from me because I'm coming on to him too strong.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just a total misconnection. And the reason why Adachi moves away is because it has nothing to do with his attraction to him, which, you know, I find to be kind of cool. Actually, in this episode, for that whole arc, there's a point where he even starts talking about the secretary, Fujisaki. I was like, which, you know, that kind of gagged me a bit, because usually in Shonen Ai, they'll be like, oh, look at all these women who are just none of them are sex objects. They are just side characters. Not to be objects of desire at all. But Adachi was like, oh, I actually I actually like her. But then of course he, like, you know, he disregards it. Not even because it's like, oh, it's because I'm probably gay. It's more like, oh, I don't even think I have a chance with her.
Yeah.
So that was pretty cool. And he's even and he gets even mad at Kurosawa when she's like, "Oh my god, Kurosawa, thank you for rescuing me." Which, by the way, I kind of wish Adachi had his moment. Like, that kind of annoyed me. I'm just like, no, Adachi could have been cool and like saved her, and then she'd been like, "Oh my god, Adachi kakui." But no, of course, Kurosawa had to, you know, jump in and
yeah, that was kind of it kind of irked me too.
Yeah. So then, of course, Fujisaki's like, "Oh my god, Kurosawa, you're so great and handsome. I love you." And then Adachi was like, "Fuck." He's like, "I know you and I have a thing, kind of ish, but damn, like you know, his pride as a man took a hit in general." So that was funny. Also, Kurosawa clearly being jealous of the other guy, and Adachi just not understanding like what's going on. He's like, "Oh, why does Kurosawa want to sit next to me all of a sudden? Why did he send that other dude to girls who clearly are not interested in him? Why does he randomly want to do karaoke?" Like, Kurosawa was doing a lot and was going about this like the wrong way completely, which was funny. That's why I like this episode. It was just very very nuanced, like just a lot of things happening.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and by the way, I would never ever go to a sauna with coworkers.
I would never ever go to a sauna to begin with, so yes, I would never go to coworkers.
Oh, what? I
don't want to sweat. Why do people like to sweat?
Oh, right. Okay, so yeah,
I sweat just sitting
right,
around.
Right. Okay, so
yes,
I mean, because it's good, purifies the toxins. And bitch, you have a lot of toxins. I see what you eat.
I don't believe in that.
Okay. Well, your body says differently.
New age medicine.
That's not new age. That's actually
I'm not. Well, first off, I'm not paying for that. I'll just go to a room that's hot. Why would I want to pay for a sauna?
I mean, it's not just.
I'm not paying to sweat.
It's not just a sauna. 9 out of 10 times it's not just a sauna. You know, it's like a whole spa bathhouse thing. Like sauna, the hot pool, the cool pool.
Well, I'll do those things. I'm not going to a sauna.
No, go to the sauna so that we go into the cool pool. It'll feel so nice and refreshing.
I sweat in the winter. Do you think if I walked into a sauna, I would just like fucking explode? It would be fucking combustion.
just a wet explosion.
Burst in the flame. It'd be like a demon getting holy water thrown on him or something.
Oh, I was thinking like a wet because you sweating so much, it would just be a water explosion. That was just me. That was me. But okay.
I was thinking of fire explosion.
Okay, well,
from all the heat.
Damn, that's crazy. But yeah, that was so weird. Going to sauna with coworkers is crazy. Like the way I don't even want to go to the bar with my coworkers.
Oh, well, you're just antisocial at that point.
No, I actually want to go to a bar. Okay, I want to go to a bar with. So at my old job as a security, I didn't want to go with the security guards, with the other security guards, because I low key didn't fucks with any of them. Nor did I want to like be in that environment with them, because most of them are like older men. Like no, more so I went out and partied with the people with like the waiters. Yeah, the waiters were lit. So I liked partying with them. They were a good time. But yeah, no, it was. This is a good episode. It put a lot into perspective, a lot of things. A very nuanced episode. This is very nuanced manga, not manga. Sorry, nuanced anime. It has a little bit more depth than what I expected it to have. So I'm thankful for that.
Agreed.
All right, let's move on to Sousou no Frieren. Correct me if I'm wrong. No, is it? No, I think I'm missing one.
You are.
Ishura. I'm missing Ishura. Where the fuck is Ishura? Why can I not find it on my thing?
Not it being so far down that you can't find it.
Is it that far? Oh shit! It is. Ishura episode 4.
I feel like I'm the only person who likes this show.
I don't hate it. I don't hate it. And this episode, it also got more interesting as it went on.
Yes. So the whole beginning part with the prisoner and the whatchamacallit guy,
Lord Hidao.
Yeah, that was whatever to me, but I did appreciate the info dump exposition on how the arts works in the second half of the episode.
Yes, and it wasn't just an info dump for info dump's sake. It was they were immediately looping it into the introduction of a new character. They're like, hey, here's all these rules. And here's why this girl's special, because she just breaks all these rules.
Yeah, and they set her up as like a potential villain, which I like. Like she's like a duplicitous woman.
Very duplicitous. Even though showed her, she's like, "Oh, I'm smart and pretty, and I talk nice." And when she started saying that, I was just like, "No, you're
evil.
You're kind of not a good person." And yeah, she's not,
and she was not.
Because, yeah, apparently after torturing someone to death, she was like, I stumbled upon this village. Oh, you're the very special, powerful girl that I just happened to stumble onto. And now I'm going to manipulate you and use you as my weapon for, I don't know, power and social status.
Yeah, she doesn't want to be seen as like, what was it? Because she like her mother was a bastard or something. Yeah,
she's a mother of a concubine, I believe.
Yeah, so she's like, I want to reclaim my name.
It's
a very shallow goal to have, as far as like, I'm gonna sacrifice all these people, so my name is not as bad.
I think it's a little more to that, probably. So I was confused because it took me some time to realize that this elf named Kia, which by the way, she literally just she just looks like Yuzu from Sarukayoko Indomo, but with ears. Like it's literally copy and paste, and she kind of acts the same too. Just a
little bit haughty and like tsundere-ish.
Yeah. I thought Elia and Kia came together to this village. I didn't realize that she was also an elf because I didn't see her ears because her hair kind of blocked them out. But towards the end, I was like, it all clicked for me. I was like, oh, okay.
Which, by the way, her power is super broken. I do like how they keep introducing new characters, and like each one is somehow more powerful and OP than the last character they introduced. But yeah, she just has the ability to just fucking do anything. So that's cool.
Yeah.
I'll just tell them to die if they laugh at me.
Right, and I'm just like, oh, so she like means it. Mm-mm-mm. But yeah, the way Elia's like, oh yep, I know where the place is. The Oriatia Empire is probably gonna just take everybody. I thought she was gonna kill the kids this episode.
Yeah, I thought it was gonna end with like the village being insulted or something.
Yeah, at first I thought Kia was already on her side, so I thought Kia was gonna kill the kids. And you're like, oh yeah, clean it up, like
kill the younglings, Kia. Complete your journey to the dark side.
Damn, Anakin really did kill them kids. He really said, "Fuck them kids." But it didn't happen. They lived. Yay! For now.
My only concern is that like I like that we're meeting new people and I really like the lore and stuff every episode. I kind of just want to get to it already. like bring me to the fight, whatever, the tournament already.
By the look of the poster, they still have like 1 or 2 more characters.
There's only 12 episodes. Yeah, there's a couple of characters in there.
Right.
Only 12 episodes though, so it's like
they did like a Q half of them.
7 or 8 we're gonna get to the tournament, I guess. And we're gonna have like 3 or 4 episodes of fighting or something, and they'll probably get like, oh, maybe we'll get a season 2, but I don't think the show's popular enough for it. Read the books.
I guess.
This actually might be a novel I look into. Yeah, I assume it's based on it later. I might look into this depending on like how far along it is and if it's available in English. Because I kind of really like the lore. Really good.
Yeah, I would say the story building is pretty good. Like it just like each episode now they're linking to each other. Excuse me. Like the beginning of this episode, that one dude reports to Lord Hito the fact that the Oriatia spies have all been killed, and explaining how they want to do all that, and the introduction of that robot girl, Nihilo. Not robot girl. Apparently she's a bioweapon. I'm sure they'll explain that later on.
Yeah.
But yeah. Okay. Up next we have Sousou no Frieren, episode 20. This is aka Mr. and Mrs. Smith, the anime. Because it felt like at least half the episode, even though it's probably only like 5 minutes, it was Wormbell and Ubel. Oh, that's not confusing or obnoxious. They just fighting each other, and Warbell's getting cut the fuck up, and Ubel's like, nah, let me catch you, and then Warbell's like, nah, I'm like, they're having a back and forth that
I like that. Yeah, they were trying to out crazy each other because Ubel's clearly like crazy, violent, horny. Where she's like, "Yes, fighting, violence. Yes, I want to kill. It makes me hot." And it's kind of something that Warbell is supposed to be like that too because he looks crazy and shit, and he's like clearly powerful. So you kind of like get the sense like, oh, he's gonna try to out crazy her, but then you find out he's just a chill dude.
Yeah, like as the episode goes on, he's not super intimate. Like you pointed out, oh, you have to use a spell to like wait to kill someone. Meanwhile, her spell is just like, I don't know, the nerfed version of what's that dude from Jujutsu Kaisen? Sukuna.
Oh, yeah.
Very, very extraordinarily nerfed Sukuna. So yeah, they had that very interesting borderline sexual tension around the fight. Uh, and Fern, of course, is being Fern. The way she beat the Earthbender chick.
Was her name Airy or something?
I don't know. They just got.
I kind of like. I like that group now. I like teams. I'm gonna call them Team 2 or Team 3 because I guess Frieren and Team 1, and then Fern will be Team 2. Team 3. I like Team 3.
Yeah, they're pretty fun.
They're pretty chill.
Mm-hmm. I love when he carries homegirl and she's like, "Oh my god, carry me on your back," and then the guy's like, "Oh my god, can you carry me on the back?" And he's like, "Well, I can't." So
carry both of them. Carry them on your front. Just have one of your. Front.
So yeah, it's just that dude floating and homegirl on his back. It was very funny, and then they end up getting the steal anyways.
Yeah. Before we move on to Frieren's group, I do want to say I love watching Fern fight because like she just machine gunned a bunch.
She really did. She's
projectiles without changing her facial expression at all. So that was fun to watch, and she also, I knew she didn't kill anyone, but the fact that she was just so fine with lying about it was kind of nice.
That was cool. I like that the Earthbender chick was like, "Oh no," she just like overpowered me with normal attacks. Like, I know that doesn't sound like it's possible, but she did. And then he's like, "No, girl, I believe you. We're in the middle of like a very small crater. Like,
yeah, she kind of blew this whole area up.
I believe you, girl." But yeah, and then we get to the whole thing with Frieren's group, which I was like, oh, they spent so much time talking.
They literally did that so they can blue ball us.
Right. I'm just like, God, I fucking hate you. Like, I fucking hate that you for that. But yeah, apparently Denkin knows of Frieren. He's like, yep, I'm old enough to remember you.
I do like that, because it's been annoying watching this whole show and no one knows who Frieren is, despite her being like the person who saved the world. So it's like, bitches, do you not know? It'd be like if fucking, I don't know, Alexander Hamilton was walking around right now and everyone was like, who's Alexander Hamilton?
Right, that is so crazy.
Like, it wasn't that long ago. It was like literally what?
Wait, okay, first of all, Alexander Hamilton, that's maybe, I feel like that's a little extreme, because Alexander Hamilton was like 200-ish years ago.
Yeah, but he's still, but that's my point, like, people wouldn't know who he is. He's still like a founder of America.
Okay, she's not a founder of America.
Frieren literally saved the world.
No, she did save the world.
Like 80 years ago.
Yeah, that's like saying, going around and being like, I'm George Washington. Or George Washington just walking around. Well, no one really would know what George Washington looks like. Like that.
If George Washington was an elf, people would know what he looked like.
What? What does that even mean?
Because Frieren is an elf, and there's not many elves.
That is fair.
Elf that does magic, is that the one elf that does?
Okay, that is fair. Yes, I would say I would compare her to Martin Luther King. Because he died. No, in the terms that like he died.
I would compare Frieren to Martin Luther King as a one.
in the sense that what they accomplished was like almost around the same time zone. And like her, he has a very distinct face. Like, if I see Dr. Martin Luther King walking about, I'm gonna be like, holy shit, is that Dr. Martin Luther King? But then I'll also be like, oh my god, is he back alive? So yeah.
So yes, point being, I'm just glad someone finally recognizes her. Like, oh, that's Frieren. Yeah, it makes sense. The elf that does magic.
Yeah, that is pretty. Yeah, that's wild. It's damn. No, wait, because they said it's only been 30 years since Himmel died, but then it's been like 50 more. So it's been like 80 years.
It's 80 years. Yeah.
Yeah. Shit. Okay, maybe I'll take back the Martin Luther King. Wait, how was it like 50?
He was in this. He died in the 60s. So
yeah, he died
60 years.
Close. I think that's close enough, right?
Close enough.
Yeah. Okay. Never mind. Damn, it really has been 6 years. Fuck, time goes by. So yeah, I agree with that. I always found that was weird that no one knows who the fuck Frieren is when she's very, you know, people go. People, I feel like this is a world where people will go their whole lives without ever seeing an elf. So
yeah, so that's interesting to note.
Mm-hmm.
We do learn about another potential elf demon. I don't know, whatever fucking mythical character.
Yep. CDA, who apparently is a walking grimoire who knows every spell of
literally index.
Basically. And apparently once you become a first class magician, she can like give you any spell or give you power and shit.
Frieren is gonna win and ask for the dumbest fucking stuff.
Oh yeah, she's gonna be like, what's the one where I can just remove all dust in a 100 meter
tie shoes or something.
I shall self
automatically tie shoes, or one I can use as an alarm clock. Just wakes me up at a designated time.
One that just freshens me up from sleep automatically.
One that automatically brushes my teeth. Thank you.
Oh my god, yes. That is also included in the freshen up spell.
Yes. Alright, perfect. Yes, give me that one.
Right, you know, then honestly I'd understand. I'd get it.
The shoe series is gonna be like, I have Meteor, I have Ultima, I can have you summon armies of demons. What do you like? Self-cleaning spell. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I'm interested in seeing what the other tier 1 mages look like. Like what they look like when they tap into that power. I'm interested. Especially when we got a little taste. Not so much a taste. There was that one girl. It's one of those things where I can't tell if you just moved from point A to point B and they didn't show it on camera with your feet, or you just like, let me flex and just teleport places because I can now. So, I don't know. We shall see. I'm excited for the next episode.
Me too. Action-packed.
Hopefully. Alright, and last but not least, we have Apothecary Diaries, episode 16.
This one was slower. This was not my favorite episode of Apothecary
I feel like all these episodes are very like, they set it up from the episode before, something like, oh my god, it's gonna be like a whole arc, it's gonna be so cool, and da-da-da-da, and then it's all in one episode. And I don't like that.
Yeah, I feel like it's more realistic, but then also I don't like it because it like kills suspense.
Right, and I feel like this episode in particular was like relatively like even I got it.
Yeah, I was gonna say the mystery was weak because even I, like, once he hinted like, oh, have a tea party like we used to, and the guy had the fucking fishbowl.
Right.
And she noticed the spot. I'm like,
right. Okay. So put the bowl there, then something's gonna happen, and then something happened, and like it's clearly bolted there for a reason, or there's a lot of sun here for a reason, and there's something to put on there. I don't know. Like how a bunch of grown ass men did not figure that out.
It was kind of cool when she got into it. It was like, oh, maybe the drawers represent the different proportions that you're supposed to mix the ingredients or whatever, the metals and stuff. But then she was immediately like, bah, I'm not going to go into all that shit. So right.
She's like, that's not my job. Yeah. And, you know, once again, she can't because she's a woman. So, yeah. That was kind of it. Like, it was just...
That was it, yeah.
Like, there's almost nothing to say about this episode. I
think the issue is it lacked interactions between the characters. Like, what makes the show good is the interactions between, like, Mahou and the rest of the cast.
Yeah.
Really get that this episode.
Not at all. I love how that one dude, the I think it was, like, the middle son, was like... I think his younger brother said, you have the ability to get along with everyone. And I'm just like, bitch, where? He's been a dick since she came. Like,
the whole time.
Like, he's been a dick to them and has been a dick ever since the father passing, like just complaining about where's my money, like
yeah.
No, I don't see it. Don't see it for me. But yeah, no, that was basically.
This was the filler episode of the series.
It was. It really was. God, it was really weak. Like the fact that I have nothing else to say about it. The fact that I have nothing to say about it that's crazy.
It was pretty weak. But you know what? You're allowed when you have 24 episodes or whatever. You're allowed a week episode.
Right? You're allowed at least one bad episode. Yeah, for sure.
We're not gonna harp on it unless it becomes a pattern.
Right.
But hopefully it will.
Nope. Well, with that being said, I guess this is the end of. We reached the end of our weekly reviews, which means we reached the end of our podcast. So, Oni, please take us away.
Guys, if you enjoyed this week's episode of Life World Podcast, make sure you hit the like button and subscribe to catch every episode as they go every week. If you haven't already, do follow us over on Twitter, follow us on Twitch, and join the party in our Discord, all linked in the description down below. If you would like, you can even become a channel member or patron and join us for our weekly live watches. This season, we are watching Solo Leveling and Frieren. So if you want to be part of that, you know what to do. Drew, do you have anything you'd like to add?
Oh my god, Black History Month is coming up. Prepare for me to be annoying. Just kidding. Stream Hiss by Megan Meg the Stallion.
Yes. And on that Black Pride note, this has been Soroni and
Drooby Doo.
We'll catch you later. Later.
Bye.